Hey everyone, Mike here. So we're going to do a little bit something fun and different. Every Thursday we're going to do a Throwback Thursday. I know, very unique. But what I want to do this for is because over the past decade or so, I've collected a lot of interviews with players that we've talked about their recruiting process, what they've been going through at the time. Some of them, very interestingly, did not end up going to the school that they had selected at that time in the interview. You got to keep in mind, most of these interviews are from the 2010, 2013 years, whenever I was working for ESPN and Student Sports Lacrosse. So we interview these players at a range of different locations. So today, we're going to interview Pat Fraser. He attended Dexter School out of Massachusetts. He ended up going to Johns Hopkins. He stuck with Johns Hopkins, and he actually finished his Johns Hopkins career with about 64 games played, 48 goals and 6 assists, and I think Johns Hopkins bio has him something with he had the most extra man on goals than any other Hopkins player in like 15 years. So he obviously had a pretty decent career at Johns Hopkins as well. So this interview is from 2013 when he was at the FLG in 3D event. It was down in Maryland, and one of my colleagues at the time, he did the interview, so you're going to hear someone else's voice other than mine here. But every Thursday we're going to do a different interview with a different player, so you can click that subscribe button and hit the bell if you want to get all the notifications, and then we'll be doing some other fun stuff during the 2019 season. But for Thursdays, we're going to do a Throwback Thursday because why not? I run a history-based website, so we should relay some of that history.
My name is Pat Fraser. I'm a 2014. I play for 3D New England and go to the Dexter School.
All right, well, you're here at the FLG and 3D event this weekend in Baltimore.
Yep.
Can you tell me a little bit about how this event is going for you and your team this weekend?
It's going well. We actually just finished our second game, a nice win, pretty close game. I think it was a 6-4 game, and we won last night pretty handily, so good way to start off the tournament. We got another game tonight, so trying to go undefeated in the round robin.
Okay, how about for you individually?
For me personally, I've been playing pretty well. I've put in a few goals in both games, so which is good, and yeah, so pretty good all around.
Okay, now tell me about this summer. What other events have you been doing this summer?
So far this summer, we started off at the Denver Shootout out in Denver, which is a really good time. It was a good way to start off the summer, and then we went to King of the Hill down in Maryland, which is also another great tournament and filled with college coaches, and that's where I got most of my recruiting done, or I got recruited by there mostly, and then after that we went to the Under Armour Shootout down at UMBC, which is another great tournament with a lot of coaches there as well, and now we're here.
Okay, any all tournament teams or all-star teams?
Yeah, I made the all-star team at Denver Shootout, which was nice. So.
Now your recruiting went pretty fast, and you're now committed to
Johns Hopkins.
All right. Tell me what sold you on Hopkins?
I thought it was just a great opportunity with the academic side, and obviously lacrosse, such a storied and successful tradition. So yeah, it was kind of a no-brainer. This late in the process, I committed just about 2 weeks ago. So this late in the process, it was kind of nice to find a home that historic and such a successful program.
And do you think your summer play really helped you toward that?
Yeah, absolutely. I was kind of late in the recruiting process because I had always kind of focused on hockey, and then switched over to lacrosse, and it went pretty quickly this summer after the King of the Hill tournament.